Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the News in 5. In this segment, I share with you some headlines that I think you might be interested in less than or around about 5 minutes. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who you think might find it interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. And here's our first headline for the day. Internet service providers slapped with ultimatum under new censorship law. The Film and Publication Board has issued a legal notice on South Africa's internet service providers demanding that they comply with amendments to the Film and Publications Act. According to the FPB, service providers have 90 days to register with the regulator and provide various reports about prohibited materials on their networks. Internet service providers must provide reports on all reasonable steps taken to prevent the use of their services for hosting and distributing prohibited material. These include, and I can't say the first one because I'll get flagged by YouTube, but continuing on, propaganda of war, incitement of imminent violence, and advocating hatred based on identifiable group characteristics that constitutes incitement to cause harm by any person. Well, this legal notice is the beginning of dictator censorship, ladies and gentlemen, on the internet.
To be used for peaceful purposes.
Look, I do agree that we need to clamp down on some of these illegal activities that happen on the internet, especially the first one. But is there not a way we can do it without the ANC holding a magnifying glass over us? I mean, it really does make me kind of feel uncomfortable, and who knows what they could do with that information. So basically, the ISPs or internet service providers now have to investigate who is using the internet for illegal means. And while this sounds like a noble idea, some of the definitions are very vague or broad, which can lead to other problems down the line, and I'm not the only one who thinks this. Ellipsis founder and regulatory expert Dominique Cull has been a vocal critic of the FPB Act amendment, which has been referred to as the censorship bill, particularly the vagueness of the incitement and hate speech provisions. And some of you might be thinking, well, I don't think the ANC is going to be able to implement this properly. I mean, they can barely keep the lights on, for crying out loud. And you could be right. But here's the thing. They don't even need to monitor everyone. They could just make a decision to focus in on some people that they don't like. I mean, channels like this one could be a potential target. Or even worse, opposition parties could be targeted as well. And what could be even crazier is the insane fines that they want to implement on the internet service providers should they not comply with the notice. The FPB says it plans to issue further notices to additional providers in due course. According to its notice, ISPs face criminal fines of up to 150,000 Rand or 750,000 Rand and up to 6 months or 5 years of prison time depending on the offense. Some of these criminal activities that happen on the internet need to be taken care of, but I wonder at what price is this going to be done at? Final headline for the day, ladies and gentlemen. To save Eskom, BEE rules must go. Former MTN and Microsoft boss says, this is excellent news. New Eskom board member Mteto Nyati believes empowerment rules are hampering Eskom's performance and they will have to go if the electricity crisis is to be solved. Well, he's not saying really anything new here. I mean, a lot of people have been saying this for quite some time. But there's a few interesting things in this article. Nyati used the example of procurement, which he said is inhibited by unnecessary empowerment rules. Procurement rules are not as agile as they should be, including rules which say you cannot use suppliers that are not local. When the supplier of the equipment is an international company, you have to use a middleman to satisfy the localization rule. Middleman, right? We all know what that means. Wink, wink. Listen, if you still think BE is helping everyday South Africans, well then I've got a bridge to sell you, which will hopefully help you get over the truth. Now, perhaps you've heard that Solidarity is trying to help Eskom find some talent to hopefully help with the energy crisis. But even BE has given them a bit of trouble. In early August 2022, it sent a list of 300 skilled engineers qualified to help Eskom turn around its collapsing business. Eskom accepted the list. A month later, had appointed 18 people from it. The state-owned power utility would likely have appointed more of these skilled professionals had it not faced a battle with political leaders over inclusivity. So even at a time of crisis, when this nation is struggling, when South Africans are losing so much business, the economy is suffering, businesses are basically being destroyed, and there's a solution, right? Or at least something that's going to help. The government goes, whoa, wait. But is it black enough? I mean, at this point, you should be taking this BE rule book and throwing it out the window. I guess even at a time of crisis, when South Africans are suffering through this load-shedding BS, it's more important for the middleman to get his cut. Hopefully more board members will jump on board with the notion to scrap BE.
You see what I did there?
Or maybe it's too late to save a sinking ship. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Oh, and by the way, in case you missed it, the other night I had some guests on the show and we discussed BE in depth. Is it working for South Africans? And some of the guests shared their corrupt experiences with the system. It's a very interesting chat about some other topics as well, so I encourage you to go check it out. It is linked in the description below, but it will also be linked at the end of this video. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of The News in 5. Let me know your thoughts on these headlines in the comment section below. I do go through the comment section and I try and reply to most of the comments, if not all of them. This is your second reminder to please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video and share it with someone who you think might find it interesting. Sorry that this episode went a little bit longer than usual. Like I said, sometimes it's difficult to be concise, but I felt like these headlines were important and deserved a little bit of extra time. This may happen from time to time, but I'll always try and keep the videos to roundabout 5 minutes. Anyways, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.